Elseworlds, Part 3. Takes place during Supergirl Season 4, Episode 9. And this was a good tie-up into the Elseworlds. We saw in the last episode of Elseworlds that Barry and Oliver became the Trigger twins. And it was funny because they run into this gangster, Ramon, which is Cisco. As a gangster, he can vibe and stuff like that. And he's been using to sneak into vaults to get money. But still, he's like at some local club. Not in some high-rise building that he owns because he got enough money, but whatever. Jimmy happens to be his personal muscle bodyguard or something like that. They call him Jimmy instead of James. Something that just didn't sit well with me and Supergirl. I'm like, call the man Jimmy. He's Jimmy Olsen. But, James, Jimmy, nicknames, I don't like them. But anyway, so this is the Supergirl episode of the Elseworlds. It's really a crossover throughout all 3 episodes, so it's not like it's really that person's show, but they are going to focus more on characters from that show. Like, a lot of this took place in Star Labs, which was recreated. That darn doctor turned himself into a version of Superman, which he said he doesn't have any information on him or Supergirl, but he's got the information from the Mazobot that they destroyed or something like that. But he turned himself into like Superman, a Superman of some sorts. He wants to be a hero. That was really risky at the beginning. Oliver and Barry put some people in danger and said either let us go or go save those people. But with Superman powers, you can do both. You can wrap them up real quick, grab something. You can move faster, but we're not going to get into all that. I enjoyed the episode. I really did. I'm still kind of hooked on the first episode because that was the start of all this, not just a Smallville thing. But another thing I like about this episode was that they brought in some of the Supergirl characters. They brought in John, Martian Manhunter. They also brought in that Brainiac dude who I was just getting to know about and stuff like that. And to help fight with this evil Superman because he was trying to reshape the world and everything. But before all that happened, I saw on Twitter that some people were complaining that, oh no, not enough Kara in this episode. It was mostly women too. I understand it. I really do. They're like, we're making so much progress and we have things that focus on us and we're not always the damsel in distress. And that's good. I actually agree with that. You need to start doing something different than having these lead females or supporting females always in danger. But they was like, finally, they recognize what episode this is. Yeah, where's Kara? You gotta realize The Flash was the first episode in this Elseworlds, and it starts off with not Barry, but Oliver. You know what I mean? They're all together in this. They're sharing this episode, and people are going to be used wherever they use. Now, Oliver had a really important role in this episode. He's like the big brother to these other main characters. I mean, this is the Arrow versus started with Arrow. Supergirl started on ABC. They wanted to cancel it. CW said, we'll take you. And that's one of the reasons they did the whole different Earth thing. And it was kind of like a different universe altogether. Because there's no Oliver Queen. There's no Barry Allen in her universe, her Earth. So it was different. They didn't know if they was going to do crossovers because the Flash and Supergirl came to an agreement to do a crossover, but they didn't know if they was going to do that ever again. Since the CW got her show, it was official. It was like, okay, we can start doing that. But anyway, the Monitor was talking to them. He was telling them that they need to prove themselves. And Barry and Oliver started to think maybe we have to be better versions of ourselves. So anyway, when this doctor from Arkham or whatever, I forgot his name, shows up and he's changing everything, they decide, let's go get the real Superman to help. So they go to the Fortress of Solitude to get him. Lois was there to share what was happening. And I gotta say, I really enjoyed Superman in these crossovers. More than I did on Supergirl, to be honest with you. I don't know what it is. I enjoyed Superman on this. We don't get too much of Clark, but I'm not feeling his Clark. But Superman, him as Superman, I really enjoyed it in these crossovers. But anyway, they get him. He goes back. He's battling the evil Superman. It was great. I liked it. I did. And then, he gets hold of Barry. How come Barry didn't just phase through his arms? Story details, plot device, whatever. But Oliver comes out and he has a kryptonite arrow again. And he's ready because he had one last season. And Carl was like, was that a kryptonite arrow? Why do you have a kryptonite arrow? he's responded in case an evil version of you ever showed up. You know, he's very much like the Batman in this universe. He's always got contingency plans and plans ahead, and whatever, you know. So he had a kryptonite arrow. Barry told him, no, don't give into your darkness. Don't think about killing. We got to find another way. Maybe that's what the Monitor's doing, testing us about. So, well, Clark, yeah. Superman got the book and he was doing his thing. He was trying to reverse everything that was happening. I'm not going to just recap everything. I just like the show. I really did. Superman got some action. Supergirl got some action. But Supergirl really got some story and plot moments that are connecting with her sister, a different version of her sister in Earth 1. Also, you know, it's this big thing. Like, I'm hoping that sooner or later, I'm not even going to say that right now. But anyway, the episode was pretty good, you know, because the evil Superman, he's evil Superman. He's going to be tough to beat. But then he also has that book that's reshaping reality. Barry and Kara come up with this plan. A nice nod back to the original Superman movie from 1978, where he reversed time by going around the Earth. Barry goes one direction. Supergirl, who's fast as hell, goes in the other direction, and they want to slow time down so that they can get the upper hand on the evil Superman, the Doctor with the book. What I don't get is everything's moving slow motion, even Superman. How's Oliver moving at like normal speed to sneak up on him with a new arrow that has a blue tip of some sort that he had to get from the Monitor, shoot it into the book, destroy the book, stop the Doctor, whose face is all messed up now, and everybody wins. You know, Lois was there with Manhunter and the Brainiac, what is his name? I forgot his name, but it's like the Brainiac dude. And, you know, Oliver got that special arrow. Maybe he could move in real time because the Monitor helped him or something. Because he, while they were trying to slow time down, decided he's going to go speak to the Monitor. What was his name? Darn, what was his name? Oh, man, I'm forgetting his name. The name he called him. Dang. But anyway, he went to go speak to him, and he's confronting him. He's like, you're not a god, and Monitor's like, well, there's no word for me, so I'll stick to that. I think you don't really know what you're doing. You're trying to see, or I don't know, Oliver talked to him. You know, he tried to convince him, like, these are good people. And if that's what you're looking for, you found them. We don't get to see the deal that the Monitor asked Oliver to make. I'm wondering what happened. Did he promise that he was going to give his life? Did he promise he was going to serve him? What happened in there where he convinced Monitor what to do? You know what I mean? I'm like, they're going to tell us. They're going to tell us. I know they are. They're not going to let that hang. Especially since after the end of the episode, when everything's said and done, Batgirl calls Oliver and says the Doctor made a new friend in the asylum. He's locked up in the asylum in Arkham. And it's funny, the dude with the gold mask, I don't know who he is. I've seen him in the comics. He's the guy Barry, I keep saying Barry. I love Barry, so I keep bringing him up. Flash is my man. But he's the guy that Cisco was like, who the hell are you supposed to be? When he knocked down Oliver. Oh, Barry as Oliver, Green Arrow in episode 2 of Elseworlds Part 2. And right before Cisco gets hit with the truck. But anyway, I don't know who he is. I'm going to find out after this video. I don't feel like looking it up and recording this. But I'm tired. But yeah, he's friends with him now. Telling the Doctor they still got some work to do. And then all of a sudden we see it. I'm glad they showed some more of Batwoman. They're going to bring her back in this talks of getting her own show. Hope she gets it. Hope she shows up in the Arrowverse a lot more too. But then all of a sudden we see the title for the new crossover that's going to happen next year. They're already telling us Crisis on Infinity Earth. So this isn't over. There's still going to be a Crisis on Infinity. Oh no. Things can happen with this. Now in the comics, DC Comics, they were trying to clean stuff up because they had all these different Earths and all these different stories. They felt like, oh, we got too much going on, probably confusing people. So the writers tried to clean stuff up and combine a lot of things together to really focus on one Earth. Maybe they're going to do that with this. You know, maybe Kara is going to start existing in this world. Maybe the world's going to merge. So Metropolis here is going to have Superman, Kara, Supergirl, and a whole bunch of other things from other universes or other Earths or whatever. I don't know how that's going to work. I just know I'm excited for it. To already know that Legends should be in this too. What if, I don't know how they're doing Legends or whatever, but they can really wrap this up if it's really Crisis on Infinity Earths. They're traveling through time all the time, but Legends could be in it. I really enjoyed this crossover. I really did. It was really good. There was some nostalgia with the Smallville stuff. There were some new things. Barry being like Oliver being a speedster. Supergirl. I get to see her hang out with these guys. Her chemistry with Oliver and Barry is good too. I do like that. I do like Oliver and Barry's chemistry. I like Kara's too. So that's why I'm saying if Crisis on Infinity Earths combine everything and we get more of these guys together, that would be fantastic. So we at least know we're going to see all of them in a crossover. But I want more than just a crossover, like 1 week a year seeing these guys together because it's so fun. But yeah, I enjoyed this a lot. We didn't see a lot of Team Arrow guys. We saw some of Killer Frost. I do like what they did with Killer Frost and Diggle. We didn't get like a Felicity and stuff. There was some Cisco there, but it really focused on Supergirl and the main core characters, Oliver, Barry, so Superman. So that's about it. You know what I mean? I really did like this crossover. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. These things always are. But I just have to say, out of all 3 parts, see, I got some moments like the Batwoman moment was pretty cool in part 2, and then just not even that, just the conversations between Oliver, Barry, and Kara. Those were so good. Those were my favorite moments, to be honest with you. The action was good and everything, but I just like the conversation and them connecting and everything. Really enjoyed that. Those were my favorite moments out of all 3 parts. But I have to say part 1 is my favorite. It really is. That Smallville thing got me, man. It really did. But not just that. It was the music and that overshot, the aerial shot of Smallville. It brought me back, man. But yeah, I think the first one is my favorite of the episodes. And then there are some of my favorite moments throughout the other 2 parts of Elseworlds. I really enjoyed it. Anyway, I'm rambling on by this point. But let me know what you guys thought. How did you enjoy it? Leave some comments down below and like the video if you liked the video. See you next time.